There it goes. Alright, let's see if it's live. Hello, everyone. Let's see if I'm live in the group now. Just want to make sure I'm in the right place. Still not seeing it. Why am I not showing? Okay. There it is. That's so weird. Hey, how are you doing? So I know it looks weird. I'm sitting down. It's because once I stand up, you're not going to be able to see my head. So, alright, let me turn on my TV here. There we go. So I wanted you to make sure that you could see what was on my table. You don't really need to see my face as much. How are y'all doing? Hello, hello. Okay. So I told you we were going to do a swag, right? So we're going to do a swag. First I want to show you this. Okay. Okay. So I did this swag in the Soul Sisters group. Okay. So this was done on a regular evergreen swag base. You see? Didn't it turn out really pretty? So what we're going to do is we're going to do something similar to this, but we're not going to use an evergreen base. Because you know what? Sometimes it's hard to find these. So I thought it would be great to show you how to make one without having to have one of those. So we have a bunch of options here. And we may not use everything that's here. I just kind of like to get it all out so I can see. All right. So when I'm going to make my own swag, what I do, look, there's some of Bella's toys she tore up. Lord. What I do is I start from a little pre-made swag. So this is a 24-inch teardrop. See, that one has a lot of cute stuff on it. And then here is, this is probably also, yeah, so this one is also a 24-inch teardrop. Yeah, it turned out really good. So we could pick one of these, and we'll start with that. So which one do you like better? Do you like this one or this one? So it's between the one that has the frosted sticks and the one that doesn't. This one is a little bit fuller. Of course, this one hasn't been pulled out yet, so you can't really evaluate that, but I'll let you pick what we're going to start with. That makes it more fun. So this one, right? Is that the one you mean? This one? I think that's the one you mean. I'm just going to put this over here. No sticks. All right, we got it. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. So you can see from the back, it's already kind of pulled out a little, but I'm going to pull it out a little more. That was odd. Okay. There. All right, so that's what we look like. So what you can do when you start this way, first thing you want to do is spread everything out, because we're going to make this much bigger, and we're going to cut this off. So this cost $10 from Carolina Pottery, and I think I had a 20% off thing. So it really wasn't bad at all. Alright, so I want to try to spread these out so that I can cover as much area as possible. Because I'm going to tell you, if you go to a place like Carolina Pottery, this is exactly what they do. And I'm going to tell you, they charge an arm and a leg for these things. We had a couple berries fall off. So then what we do is, and I don't think we're going to use the flocked one. You can take other, just little evergreen picks. These are $2 or $3. You just spread them out like this. Okay. So we have others like that. Now I think we're actually going to save this for a swag, a lantern swag. So I have this one. None of these were very expensive. This one was $2.30. And so what you do is you spread everything out, and we're going to stack them on top of each other like this. Okay? So we got this one spread. Let's take this one, spread it. All right. There we go. Now see, all of this stuff on here is bendable. Let's see if I can tell how much this one was. Oh no, it doesn't say. This one doesn't have one either, does it? It's a mysterious price. I know it wasn't more than a couple dollars because I wouldn't have bought it. Alright, so what you can do is you take this, you go right behind this one, then you kind of make sure you're going to be able to arrange things. So just kind of spread it out. You see how it already looks a lot fuller? Then you can take this. Alright, we're going to stack these. So I'm going to take these off because they're not going to do us any good back here. We might put them up front. There we go. Take this one off. Okay. So what I do is I take this, alright, and I always keep some of this florist tape around. You hear my dog snoring back there. Oh, that is so funny. Okay. I'll take a tiny little bit of wire. You know, you don't need much. Just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to take both of these and I am going to load them right on top of this one. I just tie the wire around. Okay. Hi, Daisy. Alright, and then I will take some of this tape and I will put that around. So what this is going to do is this is going to keep that wire from coming loose, and it's going to cover where we tied these together. So this stuff is pretty sturdy and it sticks to itself, so you don't need glue or anything. I just wrap it around until I feel comfortable, and I just stretch it out and put it against itself and it'll stick. So you see how well that sticks? Okay, then I'll spread these out again like that, and then I'm going to attach this one. So same thing, just some wire. I'm going to wire them together. that. Cut off some of this and go right around that wire. Whoop. And don't poke yourself like I just did, because it'll happen. But this is a very quick and easy cheat way to make a pretty swag. Okay. So when I made this other swag the other day, that took about, hour and 20 minutes or so. So this takes a lot less than that. So, all right. And then what you can do is you can take just a little bit more tape and just kind of tape it in here just to keep these pieces together. You're not going to see this, and you don't really need a whole lot, just a little bit. There we go. Okay. There we go. Then when we set it back on this, you see how much bigger it is already. So you just kind of want to figure out where you want it to be. I think this is good. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to use the brown on this because you can see this one has brown. Okay. So I just use my wire it down one good time, and then I'm going to take my tape, and I'm using the brown because this has brown on it. It's a really good idea to have brown and green on hand, because you never know when you're going to need what color. Oh. And don't worry about this top. We're going to put a bow up here, so you're not going to see this either. Okay. So I'll just kind of go the length of these. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, you see? I might put just a little bit more. And once you get it done, you can clean up anything in the back with just a little bit of tape, but you're really not going to see much. You see? That's funny. Okay, so I want to have this much because we're going to put a bow up here. Alright. Ooh, it's caught on my ring. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to attach it down here. So what I'll do is I'll move this little pine cone up. I'll take some more brown. And I will attach it down here as well, because I want there to be several places it's attached so it's not going to come loose. Okay, so you just want to pick somewhere in between these branches. Okay, and then what you can do, once you get it all attached, is you can move the branches back to cover up where you had it. Okay. All right, now you just want to spread things out. Make sure they are helping to thicken this up. Make it look bigger. Okay. So you can see from the back how I just spread it out. Okay, so it's not going to be longer than this original pick, but what it does is it beefs it up, makes it bigger. Okay? Alright, so let's do the bow next. Alright, so, oh, we also have this. We could add this to it as well. Isn't this pretty? Don't you love that? So see, we could take some of these and just kind of add them in. But first, let's do our bow, and then we'll worry about all that stuff. We also have this, so we could probably put this in down here. Right. I like to try to get my main piece done, and then I just build off of that. Okay, so what would you like to see? Do you want to see pro bow, easy bow, or hand bow? Oh yay, did Mom make it on? Let me know what you want. Pro bow, hand bow, or easy bow? Hey Stephanie. All we've done so far is attached some like little swags and picks together to make a big swag. Easy bow. Okay, pro bow. Any bow. Okay, that's funny. Pro bow, any bow. So y'all want me to do the pro bow? We can do the pro bow. It's not hard. Okay. I think we did the easy bow last time. So let's do the pro bow this time. Okay. So we're just going to use row C. Alright. So when you use the pro bow, you need 2 wires. Alright. And let me get these cut and then I'll zoom in. Okay. I know that's funny. I don't think I cut that one long enough. We'll see. Okay, this one's good. How long is this one? Nope, no way is that long enough. Okay. I like to have them at least about 28 inches. I'd rather have more than not enough. Okay? Alright, so I take both and I find the center and just set them down. Alright, then I'm going to grab my spool holder here and let's zoom in. Alright, so we can move this for now. Okay, so our ribbons, I have this red with the little snow border. I love that. That's going to be our ribbon at the very end. Okay, let's put it right here. And then I have this little like peppermint candy. That's kind of our theme. And then I have the red and white stripe. So this one was from Hobby Lobby. This one was from Carolina Pottery, Sam's, Sims, and Sam's. I love this. This is my new favorite. Look at this. It's green, and it's like I don't know. It's really different than anything I've seen. It's almost like garland. It's very interesting. I like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3 right here. And I'm going to put about a yard for the tails. I know that's long, but we want them to go all the way down. So I'm going to take it and pinch it right here. Alright, so this is the starting point of our bow. I'm going to do all three together. Okay. So I just take the first wire. This wire just loads it onto your bow maker. Okay. Just want to tie it on there one good time. Like that. I'm not going to use the middle peg. When I do a bunch of 1.5 inch, I usually ignore the middle peg. So what you're doing is you're going to load your ribbons onto this main peg. I think they call it fingers. Hi, Mom. And you want to take one wire and you will go around the top counterclockwise. Very important, because if you don't do counterclockwise, it's going to pull as you're trying to do your ribbon. This second one goes at the bottom on this little bottom peg, and then push it out of the way or it'll get lost in your bow. Trust me, I know it's happened. Alright, so then what you do, I like to keep all three of these together because it just makes it a lot faster to make a bow. So I keep my thumb here. I'm going to twist them because I want that pretty side up. If you don't, then the front of your bow is going to have the back side of the ribbon and it's not going to look right. Okay? So then I get back to the center, I pinch it, twist it. See, I put all these up out of the way. And then as one piece, I go up and around the next peg. You want to make sure you keep them straight. When you get back to the back, pinch it nice, twist it. You always want to twist it to get that pretty side up. Okay. Next peg. You want to try to keep them in line. Now, if it's hard for you to do 3 at a time, you can do it individually. It just takes a lot longer. I even do them 3 at a time by hand. Alright. So that's all I want to do. So I get back to the center. I'm going to pinch and twist. Alright. Now I'm going to bring that second wire in. So you remember the second wire? What this purpose is to hold on your bow. So when you're switching between ribbons, it just makes it a lot easier. So this is called, I think they call this the helping hand. So what you're doing is you're taking this wire and you're going behind, like right here, behind your bow. You pull it through and then you shimmy this in between your ribbon and this peg. So what you're doing is you're tying it at the spot that it's at, right that moment. So what happens when you do that, and you want to tie it one good time, make it tight. So then you can let go, and you're not going to have to worry about it coming off. That's the whole purpose of that second one. It's not a requirement. It just makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off. Okay, and then just pull it up here. There we go. It's because of the way I pulled the thing, but no worries. Okay, we're done with these 3. We can move them back there with Bella. That was weird. Alright, so this is going to be our next ribbon here. So I'm just going to go out to the end with this one. Going to pinch it. Now you remember this wire we have. I'm going to tie it onto this wire just one good time. Just going up and down. I like to keep it up and down so that I can find it. I go around that first peg, back to the center, pinch, twist. You can take this tail and just move it out of the way. It just helps if you move it out of the way, because when you're fluffing it later, you already have the tail in the right place. So that's one of the reasons I like to do that. It does really help. Back to the center, pinch it, twist it, go around this next peg, okay, pinch and twist. You hear my boy out there yelling? I can hear it, so I'm sure you can hear it too. Pinch, twist, out to the end, cut it off. There we go. That's when we pull our two wires and do one good twist. See? Then we can move that out of the way. We're done with that one. This is our last one. I really like this one. It's that velvety ribbon. So we're just going to pinch it to load it on to that helping hand. Twist it one time. And go around the first one. Back to the center. Pinch, twist. Around this peg. Back to the center. Pinch and twist. Now, if you have trouble with your hands, you can tie this off in between each twist so that you don't have to hold your thumb here. And that does help. Last pinch and twist out to the side, and we'll trim it off. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to take this wire one more time, our little helping hand wire, and we'll tie it on one good time. Alright, so now we're going to take this one off. So we're just unwinding it from the top. I like to put it with the top one, and then I pull the one from the bottom out, and I like to put it with the bottom one. So before I get off of the bow maker, I'm going to just tighten it one good time. Then I just stick my hands out under it and pop it up. Alrighty. Now we can bring out our fluff box. Alright. So before I put it on the fluff box, I want to pull it tight. And I want to make sure I have that sucker twisted really tight, because I don't want it to come loose once I start yanking on it. So I twist it. I have all four together at this point. I stick it under my little hook and then tie it on to that end. There we go. Then you can go ahead and dovetail your ends. So I'm only going to do these. Y'all know bows are like my favorite thing. Okay. We don't really need that. Okay. So when I'm working on a bow, I'm always working from the bottom, because it just makes it easier to control your bow if you can work on it from the bottom. So just pull them out like that. So we're just pulling opposite directions. Okay. So now I'm going to try to put these in between each other. So, let's see. Alright. This one needs to go here. one there. Okay, good. All right, so those are ready. Now we can do the top. This one needs to come over a little bit more. There we go. All right, that's better. So I'm just going to take them and separate them like this, okay? And then I'm going to come and do the opposite of what I just did. Let's go this way. All right. There we go. So now I just go in and fluff them up. Aha! Alright, then we can take it off. Hi, Teresa. I do too. I love bows. Alright. One of these days, maybe I'll paint my fluff box, but it isn't going to be quickly. I am not a big painter. Alright, so now we're going to bring back our made swag. I'm just going to separate these wires into two sets here. I'm going to go to the top, and I'm just going to tie it around the back. Okay, let me pull you back up. So I'm going to tie it on there pretty well because I don't want it to come off. So one thing it does is it already goes ahead and gives it the illusion that it's bigger than it is. So do you remember what we started off with? So look here, this is about the size we started off with. And see what we have now? You see what a difference it makes if you just add some stuff in the back? Alright. Now we're going to have fun with these ribbons. So I want one set of the 1.5 inch on this side, one set on this side. So I'll move them over. Let's just move them this way. Okay. And then I'll refluff my bow around that. Okay. So don't worry, we'll be fluffing this bow several times. I just want to get them on the right direction. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these three and I'm going to come down here, and since I don't have a ton of pine, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. What was that? Oh. That was ribbon. Okay, hold on. I forgot to grab something. Okay. I'm sorry, Bella. Did I scare you? Alright, so you can get these at the Dollar Tree. These are wired garland ties. And so they come in handy with a little project like this. Okay, so you see them? It just looks like a little garland. Alright, and we don't even really need that much. So we'll cut them in half. And what I'm going to do is take it, pinch these pieces. I'm going to tie it around one time in the back. And then I'm going to tie it on to the end of this. So I'm going to give it an illusion that it is even bigger than it is. Like that. Okay. And then one more time. So pinch it, come here, take the other half, tie it on. And don't worry, where these are, we will be putting something. And then you can take these three and roll them up. because that's how they really look cute. See? Like that. Alright, then we'll do this side. So we did about right here. Cut this in half because we're all about conserving. Okay. There we go. And what you're going to do is you're going to spread these out. Okay, like this. Like that. Woo, having a hot flash. Lordy, lordy. Don't you just love those? Whew. All right. Okay, so about right here. I'm going to tie it onto this one. All right. Okay. All right. See how cute it's looking already? And we're not done. All right. Now, here's our little sign that we're going to be using. This is the Emily Garcia sign. And I just want to figure out where I want to put it. I think I want to put it right down here. Like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I knocked this whole ribbon over. I'm telling you, they're fun to make. And we're not done. So I am going to use a couple of these because this wood doesn't feel like I don't want to put staples in it. So we're going to use this discarded wire. Okay. So this is just the cable tie adhesive. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the wire on, and then I'm going to dip it in my glue over here. So I have my little glue pot going. Oh, so here we go. I have a tip for you. Your glue pot, aka my electric skillet, the temperature should not be more than 200 to 220 degrees. If you pull something out of there and you burn your finger on it, it's too hot. It shouldn't be that hot. It will glue faster and it will glue better and you won't burn yourself. It should be the consistency of taffy. You know how taffy is, how you kind of churn it? Well, that's what the consistency should be. I don't know where I did my wire. Lord, I lost the wire. It's probably on the floor. I'll probably step on it later when I come in here barefoot. Yep, that's what will happen. Because that's what we do. Listen to me. You can do it, Barb. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You just have to have faith in yourself. And remember, You are your own worst critic, okay? These things are not hard. You just have to practice at it. That's all. Okay? So see how that's like taffy? You'll get a lot less glue strings too. So I'm going to put it on in 2 places. I'll give it a second to kind of cool down. Alright. So we still have some extra. Alright. I don't really like these. So I don't think we're going to use that one. I might use those sticks in something else. But we are going to use a couple of these. Aren't these cool? I love these things. I got these at Carolina Pottery. And they just look very, I don't know, they're just big and they really kind of give volume. So I'm going to put it there. So what I'll do is take a little bit of wire, green wire, and these are like, it's like sticks, you know, that have been glittered, glitter sticks. I'm just going to put it in. Okay, so when I do something like this, I always keep some spare pieces from flowers or whatever around so I can dip it in my glue pot and put a little glue right on top of this. So when I'm putting wire on something like this, I like to glue it so that it's not going to come loose, and it will glue to this piece while I am tying the wire. So it's just like double duty. Yeah, these are cool, aren't they? You know, you could really make these yourself. All you have to do is get the little wicker ones, the ones that look like, you know, the natural ones, and then you just spray that spray adhesive on them and shake the glitter on, and then just spray it with a glossy sealer. And then you got your own. As a matter of fact, I think over the weekend, this coming weekend, we're going to do some ornaments. Like a couple of little ribbon ornaments. Is that wire? No. So I thought that would be fun. I have a couple cool things to show you. Like we can make hats, and we can make the ribbon candy. And, hey Carla. I'm telling you, it's not hard. And I'll tell you that I never have a plan when I do stuff, so you just kind of have to wing it and go with your instincts, okay? So I am going to put the other one over here. So this helps us because it hides, where's that other wire? It hides where we tied it on, gives it more volume, and it's cute. So, it's got all that going for it. Alright. There we go. That one might need a little bit more glue. Let's see here. Okay. So you see how there's just a lot less glue strings? That one seems okay. Alright. So when I do designs like this, I like to go in a triangle. So this is this one, that one. We're going to put this in here, and we'll probably put this one either up here or down. I think we'll put it down here. Yeah, we'll put it down here because this will help down there. Okay. Let's see, and a bag of these was $10. And there was like, well, let's see, 3, 6, there's like 12 in a bag, which isn't bad. piece was moving too much. Okay. Alright. Let's put our glue on it. See, and I can use that just to paint it on. And I can place it down here. Let's see, where's that other wire? There it is. Okay. It was hiding. Okay. So I'll tie that on. Okay. There we go. Alright, so this, I like to put it at an angle just because it just looks cuter. So I'll just tie it on. So I'm using my green wire, so you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, you can do this. Hi, Rita. Alright. We are making our own swag. Alright, so then I'm going to take the bottom piece and tie it on. Let's see. There's a good piece. So I'm just using the evergreens to tie it onto. Okay. I kind of want that up. Alright. Yep, it's on there. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of fill in around here. We're going to put some stuff around the bow. You always want to incorporate the bow. It really helps just the whole piece if you can kind of incorporate the bow a little bit. It just makes it, kind of makes it blend in with your piece better. So, let's... There we go. Okay. Move this around a little bit. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to supplement. So I think this is really cute. So we're going to cut a few of these off. I like to get things like this and then I just take them apart. Because it's just fun. Because I can use it in a bunch of different places. See, this is cute. We can use this in here because it incorporates with that. Okay. Okay. Probably going to have to pull out my big guns for these. Let's see if they pull out. Oh, they do! Yay. I love it when they do that. Not that one. Yep. You can't find, well, we made this one. Look here. We tied several pieces together and made our own swag. So this you can do, because you can find the smaller ones and just the greenery pieces and make your own. So then what you do is you just take pieces like this, okay, you just get some glue on them, because evergreen pieces take glue very well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come in and start supplementing with what's in our piece. So we're going to extend it out past where it was, and that's really going to help shape this. So see, this was like $6, and I could take it apart and use different pieces. See, we have things like this. And that's all you do. You just take it apart. You find places in here that look like they need more. You don't even have to put a lot. See how that's already filling in right there? And this gives it a little color. It kind of blends in this little bit of icing that this has on it. So just stick it right in there and glue it. All right. Then we're going to put in my favorite pieces. This right here came from Sim's Pottery. This is my favorite stuff. They come out with this every year, and I buy as much as I can because they run out really fast. It's just like iced, or I guess they call it glittered. It's some kind of bush. I don't know exactly what the bush is, but I break this thing apart, and then I use it in as many things as I can because I love it. It's just really pretty, and it just really helps in pieces like this. And it's especially good to use around the bow. So see, what you can do is we'll glue some under here. Right in here. And so what that's going to do is that's going to cover up that spot right there where we had just kind of open air. Okay, and we can cut it into different pieces. So you can get a lot out of something. You just have to cut it up. And don't be afraid to stick it in your bow, because it's going to look good. The first time I went to a show a few years ago and they said that, I thought, what? You can't put things in the bow? Yeah, you can. And then I came home and tried it and was like, oh, yeah, you can. I love going to those shows. They really do help a lot. Because they always have these designers come in and they come in and just tell you little tricks, and they're great. Okay, let's see. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's looking really cute. So we're going to get done with it and we're going to compare it to the one I made with the real swag. See how that just kind of blends the bow in? Then it makes the bow look more like it's part of it. Alright, so then we're going to put some little pieces in here and there. And just remember, those evergreen pieces, boy, they just take the glue. They like glue. So there is no reason not to glue them in, because they like glue. And your glue doesn't have to be super hot. Always remember that, because I can't tell you how many times I burned myself before I found out that I really wasn't supposed to have it that hot. Now, I still use my Ryobi, you know, when I'm just doing small things, when I'm not going to be doing a lot. And I get burnt then. There's really almost impossible not to, but so what I'm doing is I'm just going to put pieces in, because when you're making something like this, you want to draw an imaginary line around it And so you want to keep that imaginary line like this, and that's what gives you the right proportions for your piece. So what you do is you step back, and when you step back, you'll be able to see, okay, see there's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here. And that's how you find places to put it. So it'll be obvious once you step away from it and then look back to see where you have to add pieces. And it doesn't take a lot to fill in that piece. So we can also use, so I always have some boxwoods or something like this around. This one's kind of light. Let me see if I have one that's darker. Let's see. Aha! Here's some. I like this one's a little better. You know, a little bit of this goes a long way. Yeah. My glue gun is the Ryobi. I do have a link. Alright, so then I just cut these up. And then I'll put these in various places. I'm just going to continue filling in to get more volume out to the side like I need. And you don't have to have a lot, you just need a little. Because when you get to this point, it is really easy to start just loading and loading and loading and just never get done. And you don't want to do that because it gets really expensive. I think we're going to use a longer piece there. Let's see. I want a longer piece. See, I always have these pieces that I have. There we go. That'll work. So when I get done with projects, I keep everything. I keep all my little pieces because I will use them. There will come a time when I need it. I keep leaves because I use those. There. See how we have our imaginary line? Alright. That was a glue string. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We definitely need some stuff over here. I think we really need more greenery over there. Let's see. Okay. So remember, we used this piece in there. So I'm going to cut some of this off and use it. So we should have some nice long pieces. These are just inexpensive little evergreen picks. And these things are awesome. I just cut it right off and glue it right in. And you'll never be able to tell that's what we did. So, makes it much easier to create your own swags and pieces. Alright, let's put this one down here. Okay, put this down like that. Oh, see, look at that. See how much of a difference that makes? Hey, there's that wire I was missing. That's just funny. Alright. I think we need one more piece right in here. Okay. Okay. So if you ever get hot glue or anything on your ribbon, run your hairdryer over it on low, and that will pull them off. They'll just disappear. If I start getting a whole lot of the glue strings, then I turn my glue pot down because it's starting to get too hot. So, yeah, see, it's not looking so much like taffy now. It's looking a little thinner. So I turned it down. So now it will cool down a little bit and it won't be so hot. And I'll get less glue strings and it'll glue faster. All right. Ooh, I think it's looking cute. So we're going to take this piece, and I think, let's see, where can we put this? Maybe right in here. I don't know. We still need to put a little bit right here. So let's do a little evergreen there. So what do you think? You think y'all can do this? I think you can do it. Yeah, see, that's better. Yeah, you know, they have these online too. A lot of these came from Sims, actually. So, okay. So see, that covers the fact that we don't have anything up here. You see how that just kind of covers it? Woo! Hot glue. See right there. There we go. All right. It wasn't too bad. See, it comes right off. But that glue pot is definitely hotter than it should be. And I only have it on 200, so you really have to watch it because it gets hot quick. Okay. So I think we kind of need something in here. It's looking a little bare there. Maybe if we move some of this around. Let's do that. Okay. That's better. I like that better. We could put a little of our favorite in there. Let's do that. So at this point, all we're doing is we're just kind of picking out places that look like they need a little something and just adding it in so that it looks nice and balanced. That one's too. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's better. So we still have these two little pine cones we could put in. Oh, I like that. Okay, just kind of put it in there. There we go. Now we have our triangle again. Ah, I like it. So we can use this. I want to have a piece to put right here because I want to cover where I tied it. So I'll just kind of paint some glue on here. I'm just going to put it right there. There we go. Ha! Doesn't look anything like what we started with, does it? Very good points, Mari. So what are we thinking? Can you believe how much bigger it is? So see, and you look from the back. So what you can do to cover up these little pieces is you can just put little leaves there and just kind of tie the leaves on. But let's see. So we started with, let's look one more time at what we started with. Okay, we started with a piece that was just slightly larger than this, and this is what we have now. So you see what just adding a few pieces together can do? Pretty shocking, huh? Now, this took us, I don't know how long have we been on here. I know it did not take us that long. About an hour. So this is the one that I made with the evergreen swag, and this is the one we just made ourselves. So you see, it's just as spectacular as that one, and you really can't tell that it's not a swag. Pretty cool, huh? See, now you know if you don't have a swag, you can make your own. See, I love how it turned out. So now you're going to have to try and see if you can make one. I know you can. But see, isn't that cool how you can just take a few things and slap them together and you have yourself a new swag. It's even fuller than the one that I had where I use an actual swag. See, and everything in there is nice and secure. I can shake it. Nothing's going to come off. I won't wake her up. I know. Doesn't she look cute back there? The base is made with just several picks. I had one swag, like a small one. It looked about like this, but it had a few more pieces in it, and we just added in several swags together and tied them together and made one big swag. I just wanted to show y'all how you can make your own swag when you can't find them, because it can be really hard to find them, and you can do this for any season. So if you found a cute little pick and it was Easter, you can start with that and do the exact same thing. Doesn't have to be Christmas. People like swags all year round, and you can't always find them. Sometimes they're really hard to find. So this is just a great method to make your own. Hey, Susie! Yeah. Alright, so what do y'all think? I think it turned out really good. I hope you'll try it. I think this weekend we are going to do, what did I do with that flower I made? We're going to do some fun stuff. It's not a scheduled one. I was going to come on last weekend, but I ended up having to sub in the Soul Sister group, so I didn't get to come on. But this weekend we're going to make ribbon candy, and we're going to make poinsettias with ribbons, and I think we're going to make a couple ornaments. Just some fun little projects. So, oh, and we are going to be making I have to show you this, because this is going to be really, really, really fun. So you see these. So this is a swag. It's in white. See, all they did is tied it together. Okay? Just to keep it in the bag. But what we're going to do, instead of pulling it out, see, this is the kind where it has the little space in the middle. So these are the kind of swags where you can put your bow in the middle, and then you just kind of fill out. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put it like this, and we're going to make some swags to go over a door. So we're going to put a big bow right here and have the ribbons flowing out on both sides, and we might put some other stuff around it. But this is going to be a really fun project. And aren't they pretty? They're white, so they're different. So we're going to do that too. So I have all kinds of fun stuff planned. We're going to decorate a sign. It does almost look like angel wings, right? I know. It's going to look really cute. I haven't figured out what ribbons we're going to use yet, but I'll figure it out. All right. Well, I think that this turned out really good. Awesome, awesome. So do y'all have any questions? Or requests for things that you want me to show you? It would make nice angel wings. I'll have to think about that, how I could use that. That's a really good idea. I might have to go back over there and get another one. That came from Carolina Pottery. So. Oh, I know we're going to be doing a, I want to do a lantern swag too. It's a busy month. I know, they kind of look like angel wings, don't they? I'm going to have to think about that, because I might have to come up with an idea for that. That would be cool. Let me think about how I could do that. Actually, I already have a couple ideas. I like that idea. Yep. I could also use one of the Unique in the Creek boards, like the tree board. Ooh. We might have to do that, because I have some of those. She gave me some. That'll be cool. Alright, so we'll think of something with that. Alright. Well, this was fun. So if you have anything else that you want me to do, make sure you put it in the group here. Oh, and make sure if you do any of these projects, you put the pictures in so we can see it. Yeah, that would work, right? I think that would be cool. All right, well, y'all have a wonderful night, and thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to go get my boys who are in there just a-talking to bed. Because they are just a-talking. Yep. Alright, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you this weekend. I will come in this weekend, and we will do some fun stuff. I'll post some times, and we can pick out what time works well. Okay? Thank y'all. Have a blessed night. Oh, here. I guess I could sit down so you could see my face. I forgot that I had it so that you could see my table really well. Alright, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you in a few days, okay? Bye-bye.